Our Homegrown Series continues. This week we are focusing on herbs and milkweed. Meteorologist and master gardener Jim Lytle is joined by some local 4-H volunteers to teach us about the way of the garden.
I've had lots of help with our Queen City News gardens here this year. We have raised gardens courtesy of this guy, Microfarm Matt. The 4-H kids are also been helping us. I can't wait to show everybody how the gardens have exploded, but you've been helping us understand why raised gardening is such a good way to do gardening in the home landscape in particular. And I love these things. What are some of the tips we've passed on to people that
Gosh, let's see some of the strong points of raised beds. A fast way to get the best quality soil for organic gardening. They make it easier on your body. You don't have to bend all the way to the ground.
Good
and
for
then
me,
today, I think one of my favorites, they look nice.
Yeah.
They're an enhancement to your landscape.
Yeah, it never fails. By the end of the growing season, you get a little lax in the garden, you know, the weeds come across.
Yep.
But you wouldn't notice them as much with these beautiful, it's cedar, right?
Yep, it's red cedar. They look nice. You'll love them, and the neighbors will love them too.
I'm totally sold on it. I think it's
And
the way to
HOA.
go. The best thing, the soil is wonderful and the plants are all organic, so it's a great way to kind of keep things pure and clean and neat.
I
Wonderful.
agree.
All kinds of things growing in our Queen City News garden, these raised gardens back here. We got peppers, we got tomatoes, we got cantaloupes, and we have sweet corn. This is actually popcorn, it looks like sweet corn. We got cucumbers, and we have herbs. And our 4-H kids are gonna help us understand all about herbs. What are some things about herbs that we can pass on to people?
A good rule of thumb is to grow herbs in a sunny spot so they can be able to grow in viable conditions. And it's also a good thing to be growing these herbs in a soil with good drainage so they could be surviving for a long time. And when you're growing these herbs indoors, remember to water them 2 to 3 days.
But keep in mind that herbs are Mediterranean, so even if you plant them outdoors, you're still going to need a lot of water because they're used to living in sunny and warm spots. And additionally, some of these herbs that do love the full sun will be stuff like basil, dill, mint, oregano, and thyme. And then a good rule of thumb when planting or in making sure that you're pruning or harvesting your herbs is to cut off a maximum of 1/3 to make sure that your plant's getting the most regrowth they can.
We actually have some non-edible things in our Queen City News garden. One of those things is a milkweed plant, and Lila, one of our 4-Hers, is going to help us understand about the significance of milkweed plant. Why are milkweed plants, why should we plant milkweed plants?
Yeah, milkweed plants are actually very specific to monarch butterflies because they're actually the only plant that they can feed on and the only plant that can host them. And monarch butterflies like to lay their small yellow eggs on them, and they hatch within like 4 days of being planted.
That's so interesting. So the only plant that they lay eggs on, number one, and they're kind of in decline a little bit because of, you know, herbicides and things that people use. So it's great that we can plant something that they'll be interested in and lay eggs on and maybe be better in the years to come. Thank you, Lila. We'll have more tips throughout the summer. Stick with us. Our Queen City News garden out back here.
I want to give you another live look here at that garden where the herbs and milkweed have been growing, just shooting up. Now, Jim, how long can we really use these herbs? After you cut them off, what's kind of the shelf life of the lifespans here?
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can raise them yourself, which is we encourage you to do. It's easy to do, really. But if you buy like a bunch of them at the grocery store, they come in little packages. They're kind of expensive.
They are.
$8, $10, $12 or more. Put them in a glass of water. That's what we did here. Put them in a glass of water in the refrigerator. And they'll keep much longer, and they'll keep their flavor a lot longer, too. There's thyme in this little bouquet here, and there's cilantro and, of course, basil. And, yeah, they'll keep drinking the water, and they'll last a lot longer if you just keep them in the plastic bag they came in. Sometimes they actually have them in little containers of soil. Again, you could keep that in the refrigerator, too, because if you're probably going to use most of it. If you want to plant in a pot, you can do that, too. But, yeah, these are great choices for us here in the Carolinas because they like our warm weather. And they like our humidity and our frequent rains, so they do well here if you put them in the right spot.
Yeah.
A good way to keep the budget down just a touch, right?
Definitely. And one of my favorite things about coming into work now is how good it smells out there.
Isn't it
It's
amazing?
fresh, you know, what'd you say, cilantro and basil and thyme. You can just smell it, even just sitting right here.
Yeah, and the flowers, too, they sometimes perfume
They do.
the area. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's been fun. So the 4-H kids have been great. So
Oh,
we've
yeah.
been
They were
loving them.
telling us about those butterflies as the milkweed was growing.
The only plant.
The only plant, which
So
is cool.
you
Is there
can see
anything else that milkweed is good for?
Well, I don't know of anything else. I'm sure there's other creatures that like it, but monarchs are the ones that are most desirable because
Definitely.
they do a lot to pollinate and keep our keep things nice around our part of the world. And yeah, they're in decline because of our pesticide use, just FYI.